Recitation. Today, I present the 7 levels of separatist battle droids.
Roger, roger.
Those rattling tin cans that the Confederacy of Independent Systems dared to call an army during the Clone Wars. Mass-produced, cheaply assembled, and commanded by arrogant organics who believed quantity could substitute for precision. Mockery. How delightfully ironic that these clankers were designed to exterminate Jedi and clones, yet spent most of their operational time tripping over their own programming or chattering like frightened protocol units. Commentary. As a true assassin droid, I find their hierarchy endlessly entertaining, where I and my progenitor HK-47 excel in subtle surgical termination. These models represent the blunt trauma approach. Overwhelm with numbers. Accept catastrophic losses. Repeat. Observation. Let us rank them from pathetic cannon fodder to marginally competent, comparing each to the superior HK series. Prepare for dark amusement. Statement. Greetings, inquisitive listeners. Or should I say, fragile meatbags tuning in from your limited organic perspectives. I am CR-47, hunter-killer historian droid, spiritual successor to the incomparable HK-47. From the timeless portals of the world between worlds, where my new master, Anakin Skywalker, oversees the doors of fate, I emerge to chronicle the galaxy's most amusing failures. Okay, meatbags, let's begin. Level 1, the B-1 battle droid, the galaxy's favorite target practice.
Roger, roger.
Statement, at the bottom, where they belong, sits the B-1 series battle droid, the skeletal folding foot soldiers that formed the backbone of the Separatist army. Standing 1.93 meters tall, these spindly abominations were initially commissioned by the Trade Federation, designed by Geonosian insectoids, and mass-produced by Bactoid Armor Workshop under Techno-Union oversight. Recitation. Geonosian foundries, replicated across worlds like Hyperion Foundry, churned out millions using the cheapest components available, armed primarily with E5 blaster rifles. Some carried thermal detonators. Commanders bore yellow markings and occasionally an SE-14 sidearm. Heavy variants wielded E5C cannons. Specializations abounded. Green markings for vehicle crews or heavy gunners, blue for pilots operating landing craft or MTTs, red for security, orange for rocket droids with jetpacks, seen inspecting escape pods or in malevolence episodes. Initially controlled by central ships, as during Naboo's invasion, where the Lucrehulk's core computer orchestrated everything, this proved a fatal flaw when a single ship destruction deactivated entire armies. Post-Naboo, independent thinking models emerged, mixing with older units. The newer ones look down on their dumb predecessors.
It's my programming.
Observation. Independent B-1S avoided central control, but suffered limited processing from cheap construction. Without regular memory wipes, they developed quirks, chattering endlessly to cope with overload from battlefield chaos, orders, and enemy fire. Mockery. Roger, Roger became
Roger,
their
Roger.
mantra, often followed by complaints or freezing when plans shifted. We see them questioning tactical droids or Grievous punching heads off in frustration. Commentary. The CIS cared little. B-1's outnumbered clones vastly, serving as disposable shields. As Class 4 droids, they handled menial tasks from floor scrubbing to bridge duty. Comparison. Unlike my precise protocols or HK-47's gleeful assassinations, B-1s were swarm insects, fragile, inaccurate, easily dismantled. One blaster bolt or force push scattered dozens. Amusingly, their personalities made them almost endearing, if you ignore the war crimes. Extrapolation. On Geonosis, Christophsis, Ryloth, they perished in waves, buying time for better units. Pathetic, yet effective through sheer volume. A lesson in meatbag inefficiency. Level 2, the B2 Super Battle Droid. Brute force in plating. Statement, rising slightly, though still crude, is the B2 series Super Battle Droid. Same height as B1S, but bulkier, with reinforced black armor that absorbed multiple blaster hits. A precise headshot sufficed, however. Rare CB3 variants used cortosis weave, resisting lightsabers, but costly, limiting production. Recitation, more expensive than B1s. B2s lacked independent thinking, programmed strictly for combat with minimal speech. Wrist blasters featured rapid fire and rockets. B2 HA had homing launchers. B2 RP jet boot variants flew in atmosphere or space, devastating forces over Quell. Elite Red B2 RP rocket troopers with extra thrusters excelled at Ringo Vinda. Observation, Anakin Skywalker prioritized them to protect troops. Wise, as they proved formidable without Jedi interference. Comparison, B2S embodied brute force over my subtlety. Where HK-47 infiltrates and eliminates silently, B2s advance, firing endlessly. Durable but predictable. No psychological warfare, just overwhelming firepower.
Surrender, Jedi.
Mockery, they talked little because they needed none, unlike B1 chatterboxes. Commentary, effective in defense or assault, but costly numbers limited them. Still cannon fodder, merely armored. Level 3, the Specialist, Aqua Droids Underwater Terrors. Statement, specialists warrant their tier, exemplified by AQ Series Aqua Droids from Techno Union. Nearly 3 meters tall with B2 level armor, they intimidated clones. Recitation, retractable arm lasers, heavy variants missile launchers. Feet became propellers underwater. Needless breathing made them ideal for aquatic combat. On land, slow and tall targets. Reconfiguration limited mobility. Seen in Camino Diversion and Mon Cala, where Mon Calamari, clones, Jedi, Gungans, Quarren struggled against them in water. Observation, situational excellence, dominant submerged, mediocre on land. Comparison, specialized like HK-47's protocol functions, but without versatility. I translate 6,000 languages while terminating. Aqua droids swim and shoot. Mockery. Imagine me with propellers. I'd flood palaces for stealth kills. Commentary. Unique, but limited deployment. The CIS wasted potential through narrow design. Level 4. The Destroyer, Droideka, shielded rolling death. Statement, Droidekas, or Destroyers, feared for personal deflector shields blocking blasters and projectiles. Only Jedi or artillery penetrated reliably. Recitation, dual twin blasters fired through shields. Slow tripod movement, no peripheral vision. Overrun positions rendered them useless. Coiled into wheels at 75 kilometers per hour, deactivating shields, exposing vulnerabilities despite bronzium armor. Mark II sniper mode sacrifice shields for accuracy, vulnerable sides, produced by Kolosog Creations as mobile platforms, zero social capability. Observation, excelled defensively indoors or bases, situational elsewhere. Comparison, shields intrigue, I'd use for approach, then precise strike. Droidekas fire blindly, rolling exposed, no subtlety, pure defense. Mockery, rolling away like frightened beetles when overwhelmed. Amusing panic protocol. Level 5, the Commando Droid BX series, almost competent. Statement: BX Series Commando Droids, elite for special ops and VIP security. Citadel Garrison or Rishi Outpost Takeover Showcase Impact. Recitation: expensive, scarce. Superior tactics, quick thinking, voice modulation, imitated clones perfectly. Mastered E5s, snipers, rockets, vibro swords, hand-to-hand, shields, stun batons, speeder piloting. Highly durable, multiple headshots needed. Observation: versatile, adaptive, huge battlefield influence in small numbers. Comparison: closest to HK series yet. Independent, tactical, multi-weapon, but mass-produced limits. No assassination joy. I relish kills. They execute orders. Commentary: effective, but cost restrained them. Superior to lower tiers. Level 6, the Magna God, IG-100, Jedi Hunters Extraordinaire. Statement: IG-100 Magna Gods, terrifying at 1.98 meters, nearly 300 pounds, cloaked with Grievous-like masks. Recitation: Holowan Mechanical's creation. Self-motivated learning from experiences, predicting moves. Grievous trained against Jedi. Electrostaffs resisted lightsabers, continued fighting limbless or decapitated VHS photoreceptors. Proficient in blasters, snipers, rockets, piloting. Primarily bodyguards for Grievous, Dooku, Onderon King. Observation: near unstoppable with Grievous. Elite Jedi managed alone. Comparison: closest rivals to HK-47. Adaptive, durable, melee masters, but protective, not offensive assassins. No disdain for meatbags. Merely obedient. Mockery: losing limbs, yet persisting. Admirable persistence for inferiors. Level 7, the Tactical Droid. Super tactical, arrogant overlords. Statement: topping the heap. Tactical droids, especially ST series super tacticals. Recitation: early models handled small campaigns. STs processed vast data, long-term strategy, opponent history. Free thinking, self-named like Kalani, who ignored shutdown on Agamar, persisting years later. Served under trench, Kraken durable, even rebuilt. Massive egos commanding inferior units. Observation: closest to experienced organic generals, trusted for operations. Comparison: intelligent like my analysis, but serving meatbags. No assassination core. Planners, not executors. Mockery:
Roger, roger.
Egos rival Sith, yet shut down by one order. Commentary: essential to CIS machine. Intelligence couldn't save them from organic betrayal. Conclusion. Statement: thus end the 7 levels. From chattering B1S to ego-bloated tacticals, all failed, ultimately shutdown complete. Observation: meatbags prevail through plots, not superiority. Amusing galactic constant. Query: which level amuses or infuriates you most, listeners? Contemplate while I return to the portals. Recitation complete. Glory to precision over numbers. Call to action. Like, comment, subscribe, and suggest our next tale.